Killing off Cole Young in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie would not only be a major mistake, but would also destroy Todd Garner's Mortal Kombat franchise. Let me explain. Cole Young is the original character created by Todd Garner for the MK 2021 movie, and he basically took what would have been the main character spot, and by proxy is a step in for Hanzo Hasashi within this movie. But with the plot of the movie itself, Cole Young's existence is pivotal to everything Todd Garner changes about the Mortal Kombat story and how he basically makes it his own. And I don't mean that only in the sense of adding this new character. Upon Hanzo's death at the hands of the real Bihan, we then get to see this text on our screen. Now this is essentially the foundation of Todd Garner's retcon for the Mortal Kombat story, or why his movie goes the way it does. Earthrealm was on the verge of a catastrophe. Just like in the first Mortal Kombat game, Outworld and Goro have been on 9 straight victories. That is 450 years of victories, one tournament every 50 years, and after 500 years, which is where we are now on the 10th tournament, Outworld's victory would then give them Earthrealm where they could enslave all of the human race, etc, etc. But an ancient prophecy foretells that a new group of champions will be united by the rise of Hanzo Hasashi's blood. Now I guess in Todd's eyes for Mortal Kombat, he wanted to tie the tournament itself and the existence of Mortal Kombat as it is to Hanzo Hasashi, and that's kind of cool in a way. Tying it to their poster boy and making his existence pivotal to the outcome of the tournament is an interesting idea. And how do they do this? Through Cole Young. Cole Young is a descendant of Hanzo Hasashi, and him getting his Arcana is the rise of Hanzo Hasashi's blood. After Hanzo's death, Raiden takes his daughter, which is his other child other than Satoshi in this movie, which kept the Hasashi bloodline alive all the way down to Cole Young, which is where we are in the present time. And the prophecy is the foundation of this movie. That is the reason there is no tournament in this first movie. Outworld, or at least Shang Tsung and his champions, are knowledgeable about the prophecy, and that is why they try to kill the champions before this tournament can happen, because they know through the rise of Hanzo Hasashi's blood, they will turn the tides of this tournament and stop the catastrophe that would come from another Outworld victory. This also sets up to the entire finale of this movie, with Bihan replicating what he does to Hanzo Hasashi to Cole Young, to Allison and Emily. Cole Young is the only character out of all of our existing Mortal Kombat characters to have an existing Arcana from birth because of the prophecy and because of his relation to Hanzo Hasashi. That's a long-winded explanation of Cole Young's involvement and why he is so woven into the foundation of this movie. And I say this all because people's #1 goal for Cole Young's character, where they want him to go in the second movie, is dying. They want him to die, and the tournament hasn't even happened yet. That is my major complaint with the general consensus of people just wanting Cole Young to die or cease to exist from this movie. Without Cole Young, Arcana, and the entire existence of the prophecy, Hanzo Hasashi being the main element of this film, or this franchise rather, would all basically crumble if we just decide to do fucking nothing with Cole Young. I think that would be a horrible decision, and I do not think that Todd wants to go that direction, at least I would hope not. And it's true that I mainly only say that because we do know that Cole Young is in this movie, and that Louis Tan has said in an interview before earlier this year that they have a plan for him in Mortal Kombat. Because for all I know, Todd Garner retcons Arcana as a whole in this second movie, and Cole Young's existence isn't pivotal to this, but I just feel that that isn't what he's going to do, creating his entire own franchise with tweaks to the main story and lore of Mortal Kombat. I feel like he's going to keep this. I feel like this should stay intentional for the path he's going with the series, especially since it does still seem Hanzo is the main element here. I'm under the impression Todd does not want to go back on everything unique he created and go to just, you know, Mortal Kombat, exactly. I'm not saying that we don't want that, like maybe I do, but I would like to see him actually finish this idea or go somewhere with it. But with that said, tying back to the story, Cole Young also kills Goro in his fight when he awakens his Arcana. He also gets bladed Tonfas. The lack of Tanya in this movie, and probably the second movie, makes me feel like they were comfortable doing that with him, but we'll see what they do in the future. It has been 450 years of Goro victories for Outworld, and they made Cole Young be the one to kill him, and it's not even in the tournament. This fight didn't even happen in the Mortal Kombat tournament to dethrone Goro. This happened because of the prophecy. The only reason Shang Tsung is invading Earthrealm early and doing all of this to stop the tournament is because of his knowledge of the prophecy. Quan Chi being in this movie could also change the prophecy as a whole, if they want to make him like this puppet master kind of thing on the plot, and also could make it to where he was under, you know, the spell of Quan Chi or something when he killed Hanzo's family. But I don't think they're gonna do that, because that does make the prophecy less important and make like the symbolism of the end of that movie mirroring Hanzo Hasashi less important as well. I'm basically yapping at this point, but if you're here, thank you so much because I have more to say. So far, what I've laid out, killing Cole Young would basically make Todd show that he wasn't confident in his main basis for his retcon or change to make this Mortal Kombat story unique to him, and also would show that he was okay making this character, the same character, kill Goro in the first movie, for him to like die in the second one? Like if he's not going to be important? And that's only, again, this is only under the impression that if he listens to the fans. There's two sides to this. I'm hoping he doesn't, but there's also the side that he might. And the lack of Cole Young clips in the trailer could also mean that he does listen to fans. And the fact that he's not there with Hanzo fighting Bihan, for example, like maybe, like why isn't he there? Like it would be cool if he was. Before I get into a theory of how maybe Cole Young's death would actually happen in this movie, because it's something I've been thinking about for a while, spoiler warning. Not only because of that apparent leak that he does die early on in this film from test reviews, which I'm not trying to spoil anyone there, I don't believe that is true. I don't. I will put a spoiler warning though. There is one final thing, and that is Cole Young being Kenshi. Here, for example, is a tweet recently from Todd Garner saying, to Lewis Tan training with a sword. And Lewis Tan, God bless his soul, he is an amazingly talented martial artist, and the fact that he's like in Mortal Kombat, I'm extremely grateful for, but I feel that they can do so much more with him because of the fact that he like not only loves this shit to his core, but he is an actually extremely talented martial artist. Like he can do so much. And here's a clip that's been going around. Again, Todd posted this kind of insinuating and feeding into the whole idea that he could be Kenshi. And I don't think he would be Kenshi if he died, chat. So who knows? And I don't know, I'm not saying that he's just going to magically become Kenshi in this movie, but there is a fucking chance. Like we cannot just lie and say here that there isn't a potential like idea here that they're training in that place from the trailers, and Cole Young is training with a sword, and they're like, dude, you're actually really goated with that. You know, kind of like a Shirai Ryu, almost like Takeda Kenshi style character. Like maybe, obviously he won't be Kenshi Takahashi, but he'll be like a replacement of Takeda or Kenshi kind of thing with Hanzo Hasashi and the Shirai Ryu. I think that could be very cool. And they might have that plan for him. I just, again, don't think he's dying with that in mind. Killing Cole Young would be not only one of the dumbest things ever, the actual plot of the movie, like what are they gonna do? They're gonna have to do a lot of retconning, but also for Todd Garner as a director, as a writer, if he doesn't want to stick that landing at all and caves into what the fans are saying, I think the movie's bad in my opinion. That, like in my opinion, I don't think that that's good, depending on how he dies. And here's where we get to this. So Johnny Cage has directly shown, you know, it's been directly shown, Johnny Cage is where the shift of focus is. He's like the main character of this movie, and I don't know if he has an Arcana, right? And if they even keep Arcana in, again, in my assumption, they are keeping Arcana, maybe Cole Young does die to give Johnny his Arcana. That was something I was thinking I could like almost predictably see happening, where they want to shift to their new main character by killing Cole Young, and then we clearly see Hanzo has a fight with Noob Saibot at the end, so he will still be a pivotal role, and he can then avenge Cole Young alongside Johnny Cage, or whatever it might be. That was just an idea I've seen people throw around, and I've also felt as soon as I saw how much we are like focusing on Johnny, right? And how little we are focusing on Cole Young. But Todd, I don't know, dude, please hear me out, bro. If you kill him, did you even care about your version of Mortal Kombat? That's what I'm saying. I hope you all have a great one. Stay safe, ladies, gentlemen, and be beauties. More Mortal Kombat movie content soon.